I know you're getting asked about DJ Stewart every day, but are you reaching the point yet where it's going to be really hard to have him ready by opening day because he hasn't played since March 5th, or you feel like you're not there yet?
Oh, it's becoming more and more challenging. So he was out there doing some drills with us this morning. He's just not 100% yet, and I'm not going to put him on the field in a game until he's 100%. And so we'll see. But yeah, I think as the days get closer, it's becoming a little bit more challenging because he needs to play in some games before we break.
Next, John Mioli.
Brandon, you guys are kind of getting down to it, entering the last week of games down there. What specific areas of the club, roster-wise, are going to be the focus of most of your attention?
Well, I think we still have a lot of question marks. So it's not just one specific area. I think we have question marks rotation, we have question marks bullpen, we have question marks as it comes to some of our extra infielders. So I think we have a lot of things to still finalize before we leave.
Next, Steve Molesky.
Brandon, is the two-seamer new to Matt Harvey, and there were reports that it's really getting some excellent movement. Is that going to be big for him?
I think so. Yeah. It's just a pitch that he hasn't thrown much, and he was kind of always a four-seam guy, and I think experimenting with the two-seamer this spring, I think he's got a lot of confidence in it right now, and he's getting really good results in games. Yeah, like last night, just from the dugout side, you could see the tilt and the pitch and some of the swings that some of the hitters were taking was uncomfortable just because of the ride and the sink in, but with the two-seamer. So it's another added weapon for him, and something he's been working on.
Rich Dubroff.
Brandon, what is the latest on Felix Hernandez?
Felix is he's still getting treatment on his elbow, and he's playing catch. So I think he's feeling a little bit better every day. We don't have him slated to pitch in any game yet, just because we need to get him on the mound again first before we see him in game action. But he's playing catch, and he is feeling better.
Stan Charles.
Brandon, with just about 7 days to go before the end of camp, I'm counting, and I might not have every name in front of me, but I'm counting 17 pitchers. What do you think this is really going to come down to that's going to be the decider for some? Is it health? Is it returnability? Is it performance?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of decisions to make pitching-wise. We have 2 Rule 5 guys. We have rotation that's not set. So I think there's a lot of. I think your number is probably pretty close. Where we have a lot of guys for 13 or 14 spots. Still might carry 14 pitchers. Might carry 13. Who knows at this point? So we're a lot of things to figure out here in this last week.
Is this much tougher decision this year than it's been the past couple of years for you? And who's going to come north with the team?
Yeah, I think 2 years ago I thought was tough just because we didn't know the players real well, and we also had 2 Rule 5s that year too, and Richie and Drew Jackson. So adding 2 more this year, and trying to evaluate them correctly and get them as many game innings on the mound to see how they would react. That's been a priority, and so yeah, we're not close yet to making any final decision on anything right now.
Jeff Arnold.
Hey, Brandon, in terms of what have you been seeing out of Jorge Lopez these last couple of starts and how you would kind of evaluate him at this point for the starting rotation?
Yeah, with Jorge, it's about aggressiveness, and it's about aggressiveness in the strike zone. 2 outings ago, he was aggressive throughout his outing. I thought he had kind of a tough first inning where he was nibbling a little bit against Tampa, and then the next 2 innings was extremely aggressive and throwing a lot of strikes. Jorge's got really good stuff. It's a tough angle. It's a quick tempo delivery. It's on, the ball's on hitters. So yeah, I just want to see him throw strikes and work ahead and counts. Because when he does that, I think good things seem to happen, and like for him to build off every outing.
John Mioli,
Brandon, this last week plus of games, what will Michael Franco have to show you to show that he's ready to go north immediately with you guys?
Well, he's going to get a couple of bats today. His spring is really, really short. So I think health, if we feel like he's ready, he looks great physically, played well in the inter squad game yesterday. So it's going to be, it's a little bit tough at this time just because you're trying to ramp up a guy and not the usual spring training where you have 5 or 6 days to, base running, things like that to kind of get in game shape. And we're trying to catch him up as much as we possibly can. So if we can get him caught up and we feel like he's ready to help us on opening day, then we'll make that decision.
Nathan Ruiz,
Brandon, I don't think you guys have gotten a in-game look at Yolmer Sanchez at shortstop yet. What are you hoping to see out of him there today?
Yeah, we're just trying to, be as versatile as we possibly can. Yomer's got some history of playing short, not a ton, but I talked to him about it probably a week ago. And the more guys you can have play short, the more guys you can have play in the middle of the field, the better. And just want to see what it looks like over there.
all right, final question, Stan Charles.
Brandon, the things that you saw last year out of Cole Sulser that led to his evolving into being a closer, then we heard about his injury, the foot injury. Are you seeing a lot of what you saw of him that you liked so much last year?
I think he's improving. Yeah, I mean, Solska started closing for us a little bit at a default last year. I was just looking for somebody that was going to throw strikes in the 9th inning, and he had done that throughout his career. And that first series in Boston, I think he did it twice. And so I just rode with him a little bit, not wanting to give the ball in the 9th inning to some of our guys and trying him out. And, he had some success. He had some failure. It was a little bit back and forth. He was dealing with that toe all year long also. But, yeah, I think that with Sol is somebody that he has thrown strikes and not walked people historically in his career, and that was something that he wanted to get back to, being able to be on the attack when he goes in the game, and he's doing that fairly well this year.